My dear child, I ask you to walk with me. Put down the hurt you've gripped for so long. Resentment may seem like armor, yet it closes around you like iron bars. Step out of that enclosure. When you unclench your memories, you give them room to breathe and fade. Share the weight. You were never asked to drag it alone. This decision opens future rooms you have not yet imagined. Trust me with what still feels too heavy. Your past actions or the actions of others do not lock in your identity. Let my voice set the baseline. You are capable, welcome, and safe. The labels hurled at you cannot stick when you accept the name I give, loved. Stay curious about the freedom unfolding inside you day by day. You carry a rare assignment: to interrupt hurt before it repeats. Survival alone is not the goal. You can rebuild trust, bridge divides, and pass along steady compassion. Let each step you take quietly show that tomorrow is not chained to yesterday. Every repaired link strengthens the unseen fabric of community around you. Begin now. Even if your voice quivers, say, I choose to release the debt. Speak goodwill toward those who wounded you, though the syllables taste unfamiliar. This first shaky attempt will loosen inner knots more than silence ever could. Forgiveness is an action, not a feeling. Feelings catch up later. Courage often whispers. Notice its gentle push toward healthier directions. Choose love even when it looks risky. You are not walking unaccompanied. I match every stride. The narrative has more pages. What unfolds next is steadiness, reconciliation, and a peace that does not shatter under pressure. Expect the ordinary moments, a morning coffee, a brief greeting to hint at this fresh chapter. Let ordinary tasks echo with the quiet confidence growing within you. Hold that peace. My work continues, quiet yet certain. Around you stand people poised on the threshold of trust, waiting for one genuine smile, one patient word, one small signal that safety is possible again. Your consistency may guide them from the edges of isolation into shared life. Those watching will learn from steady kindness more than any lecture given. Some hearts remain guarded behind thick walls. They will test your resolve, watching whether you can care without demanding proof in return. This posture is not weakness, it is brave humility. It refuses to bow to past wounds. It rises, steady and unhurried, toward mutual repair. Their caution may soften when consistency proves your care is genuine. When you forgive, you do not shrink, you expand. Your life becomes a quiet flame drawing fractured parts together. Let it glow regardless of applause. No one else needs to move first. Your choice can signal a new beginning, and if the response is silence, keep going. Integrity is its own reward. Keep tending the flame. Its warmth extends farther than you know. You walk a rare road that asks for uncommon courage and offers inward victory. Perhaps you argue, they hurt me, they left. I hear that ache. Pause. Notice that I released you long before you acknowledged me. The same freedom can flow through you into places you once thought unreachable. Freedom once shared multiplies. It does not reduce in the giving. Forgiveness does not erase history. It opens the doorway to growth. The relief you crave is close, held in the gesture you hesitate to offer. Extend it and feel the weight begin to loosen. What once felt immovable will slowly shift, because freedom tends to follow every genuine act of release. Release is a daily practice, not a single dramatic moment. Where freedom settles, I am already present. Release the chains of the past and make space for quiet repair, both for yourself and for those within reach. Picture resentment as a heavy stone carried in your pocket. Setting it down lets your steps grow lighter and your breathing steadier. With lighter steps, you will notice beauty previously hidden by burden. Do not wait for flawless words. I value honesty over polish. My invitation stands at the door of your heart. I will not force entry. Ask, and I respond. Seek, and you will notice me. You once believed your voice was too small, yet every sigh has reached me. Sincerity forms a pathway that ornate language can never replace. I have listened without stopping. Each quiet thought, restrained tear, and hidden plea remains known. Conversation with me is not a performance. It is real life. You do not need borrowed phrases. Speak with the vocabulary you possess, doubts and all, and know I remain attentive. Honest dialogue with me shapes resilience that no storm can erode. I am drawn toward transparent hearts. Simply turning toward me sets unseen change in motion. I cherish the moments when you drop the mask and trust me with the raw outline of your story. Remember those brief intervals of stillness when you sensed my closeness. They wait for you again. Stillness is not inactivity. It is the birthplace of clear guidance. I have not shifted. I am steady. You were never designed to shoulder everything alone. In prayer, you can discard the costume of invincibility and listen while I show you the next step. When invited into your daily routine, I do more than patch problems. I stay. My steady presence turns confusing crossroads into manageable next steps. My presence alters the atmosphere in subtle ways, lifting discouragement, encouraging wounded spirits, and nurturing possibilities long thought barren. When you lift family, friends, and even wanderers in quiet intercession, unseen bridges form where your hands cannot reach. Every tear becomes part of that unseen architecture. Intercession quietly rearranges landscapes beyond the reach of your hands. No act of trust is wasted. Though change may feel slow, hidden foundations settle beneath the surface. In places once ruled by conflict, gestures of goodwill will appear. Former walls will give way to connection. What you speak in faith today reaches beyond calendars, shaping the tomorrow you cannot yet observe. Future celebrations often start as unseen groundwork, laid in faith. When language escapes you, let quiet presence suffice. I read sighs as clearly as speeches. The strength of your prayer depends not on length, but on surrender. One genuine whisper shifts more weight than a page of eloquence. Invite me into the quiet corners and watch fear lose its grip. Invite me into silence and notice anxiety loosening its hold. Perfection is not a prerequisite. Come as you are, tired, unsure, yet willing. I specialize in real beginnings. Share your heart honestly, and I will respond in ways no timetable predicts. Conversation with me unknots burdens and redirects choices toward life. Openness clears chaos and makes room for practical wisdom. Open your heart and watch the ordinary world look different. A calm hallway, a deep breath, or a gentle conversation can become evidence that things shift when you speak with me. Your voice moves more than you see. Your trust sets quiet restoration in motion. Restoration often starts with a single sentence, spoken in trust. I have known you since the first moment and remain constant. Let these words steady your thoughts. Draw close, and I will show you hope embedded in places you overlooked. Walk forward in confidence. I will guide each step. I am ready to settle my presence into every part of your everyday experience. I delight in everyday progress, no matter how incremental it appears. If you ask, I will reside within you, and change will unfold. Shadows of illness may linger around people you love, stirring uncertainty. Yet their existence is not the final sentence. I breathe persistence, courage, and resilience into weary bodies and minds. Despair will not hold permanent ground. Resilience does not deny hardship. It outlasts it with steady hope. I have seen the silent tears, the sleepless nights spent counting uncertainties. I know the cool sterility of clinic rooms and the tension behind guarded smiles. Every unspoken worry is known to me. I listen when no one else hears and carry the questions you cannot voice aloud. Quiet trust transforms sterile halls into places where courage can breathe. Remember, illness does not author your story. Circumstances arrive uninvited, but they do not control the final paragraph. I remain with you when strength feels thin and vocabulary vanishes. My steady presence becomes the anchor you need, while outcomes remain unseen. Anchored souls ride out uncertainty without being swept into despair. I have observed the courage you muster each morning, the way you stand steady for others while your own heart trembles. I honor your quiet prayers, whispered like fragile sparks in the night. Today, let hope rise again. It is still alive because I am still here. Hope rekindled at night will guide decisions made in daylight. Pain reaches beyond the body, touching emotions and relationships alike. I intend to mend each layer. My support is not a short-term patch, but a deep renewal that begins within and works outward. Even now, I strengthen those who feel frail, lifting their spirits and coaxing confidence back into view. Renewal also touches conversations, replacing tension with earnest listening. I have heard of how others tried to crush optimism, yet your pleas have also reached me. This is not the end. There is more life to taste, more laughter to share, more meaning to discover together. Strained connections will breathe again, and tired homes will regain warmth. Shared laughter will return, confirming that heavy clouds have thinned. When I renew, I do so fully. Peace will flow where fear once claimed authority. Moments of frantic searching will be replaced by gratitude. Even now I am near those who feel weak, reaching places unseen by people. I also attend to you, the caregiver, whose sacrifices rarely surface. Celebrate each small improvement. They are milestones on a longer road. Your fatigue matters to me. The late nights, the skipped meals, the constant recalculations of how to hold everything together, I see it all. Allow me to restore your inner resources and soothe the emotional bruises this journey has left. Renewal is meant for the whole household. Self-care is not selfish. It strengthens your capacity to give well. Do not let fear shrink your vision. It will attempt to chain you to numbers, symptoms, and reports, declaring nothing can change. Lift your focus. I specialize in situations people deem impossible. Even if you cannot yet observe the shift, trust that slow, quiet progress continues. Trust continues even when evidence is still gathering in the background. Breaths grow steadier, hearts stronger, minds clearer. Each detail remains under my care. Keep bringing your concerns to me. Hold to my promises during silent hours when doubt prowls. In time, you will see with your own eyes what your heart presently dares to believe. Belief held during darkness prepares you to appreciate the sunrise. You will not be disgraced. Restoration belongs to you. Prepare your heart. My guidance arrives with precise timing. I do more than meet needs. I exceed them with thoughtful generosity. I will open unexpected doors, place resources in view, and surround you with care marked by my character. Generosity I show becomes a model you will replicate for others. I have seen the nights you balance thoughts in your mind, the sacrifices made to prevent collapse, the knot of anxiety tightening in your chest. Remember, you were not created to hover on the edge of breakdown. You were made to rest in sufficiency and walk free from relentless fear. Sufficiency allows creativity to flourish where scarcity once stifled it. I am the source of order and calm. Release the weights you clutch. Place them in my hands and watch new possibilities appear. The renewal and provision unfolding are parts of a larger story. You are not forgotten. You are understood and valued. As events unfold, your life will reflect steady grace. Grace on display will invite questions that open doors for dialogue. The narrative continues. The most meaningful chapters still await. Allow my love to guide you. Offer simple truth to those adrift, and together we will spread stability and lasting hope. I go ahead of you, clearing pathways you have yet to see, assembling answers before questions fully form. Each act of kindness plants courage in observers who feel invisible. Setbacks do not erase the direction I have marked for you. My provision operates beyond worldly systems, people logic, and shifting circumstances. I am not limited by the systems of this world. When I authorize supply, no barrier can block it. Supply may arrive through people you least expect to play a role. What I pour into your life will be more than enough and perfectly timed. A season of genuine abundance is coming, not the hollow excess the culture chases, but balanced fullness that brings rest and aligns with purpose. It will clarify direction rather than distract with surplus. Balanced fullness leaves space to enjoy what truly matters most. My gifts touch both tangible needs and inner resilience. Soon you will see them for yourself, and your heart will acknowledge my faithfulness. You have pleaded for relief. I aim to give more, a solid foundation, not a temporary fix. I craft your life with clear intention. Solid foundations withstand pressure and support future expansion safely. Stay alert to my movement. Provision may arrive in unexpected ways. A fresh insight, a helpful ally, or an opportunity so subtle you might miss it. In ordinary moments, I often reveal the profound. My care reaches details as small as errands and as significant as lifelong dreams. Look for my fingerprints in small coincidences scattered across your day. I ensure not only that your present needs are met, but that overflow empowers you to assist others. You will become a channel of generosity, an example of steady love. As resources flow through you, your trust will deepen and your joy will expand. Recognizing such moments trains your heart to expect support, slowly allowing optimism to replace the dull resignation that often shadows daily routines. Before releasing new provision, I prepare your character. I refine motives, clarify priorities, and teach endurance. This groundwork guarantees that what arrives will not overwhelm you, but will instead integrate smoothly with your calling. Growth without preparation can crush even the strongest shoulders, so I train you to carry what arrives with steadiness. Expectation can feel uncomfortable, like waiting for glow on the horizon. Resist the urge to rush. Trust the slow unveiling. Patience keeps you aligned with timing that is larger than any schedule you draft. My timing marries opportunity with readiness. Meanwhile, continue living kindly. Listen well, speak truth with grace. Serve without demanding return. These ordinary acts cultivate ground where larger purposes grow. One day you will look back and recognize how each small choice fitted into a greater design. Patience in small matters lays the groundwork for trust in larger ones, allowing vision to mature without strain. Remember, my guidance often feels like a quiet nudge rather than a loud instruction. Test each impulse against love, clarity, and integrity. When ideas align with these, proceed. I will steer you away from paths that harm and toward those that bring life. Let consistency become your compass, pointing you toward decisions that sustain well-being over the long arc of time. Let gratitude keep you grounded. A thankful mind spots opportunities that worry overlooks. Begin and end each day acknowledging even the simplest gifts: breath, sunlight, conversation. This practice shapes perception, turning ordinary hours into scenes of wonder. You will find that gratitude widens inner space, making room for creativity and serenity to settle side by side. When challenges arise again, recall previous deliverance. Memory of past help equips you for future strain. Write down lessons learned and revisit them. They are markers of steady companionship and reminders that present tension is temporary. Documenting victories ensures they are not lost to forgetfulness. These records will strengthen both you and those who come after you. I never waste struggle. Every pressure point can reveal character, expand empathy, and direct you to meaningful service. Instead of fearing hardship, look for what it teaches and how it allows you to support someone else. Use each lesson as a tool, shaping responses that mirror compassion rather than frustration. As you receive, share. As you learn, teach. Generosity keeps resources moving and prevents the stagnation that often accompanies self-interest. Your open hands become a doorway through which others can experience stability. Generosity also dismantles isolation, creating a bond of mutual care that resists fear of lack. Do not confuse simplicity with smallness. Quiet acts of kindness echo far beyond their brief moment. A sincere greeting, a patient explanation, or a listening ear can redirect an entire day. Live with this awareness, and you will wield quiet influence. Such influence rarely makes headlines, yet its quiet current steers communities toward empathy and shared purpose. Stay committed to growth. Read, observe, and ask questions. Curiosity expands perspective and guards against complacency. Wisdom gained today equips you for doors opening tomorrow. Stay teachable, for fresh insight often arrives from unexpected sources: a child's question, a stranger's story, or even a moment of silence that lets wisdom surface. Above all, remember you are deeply loved. Nothing you face can sever that bond. Allow this truth to settle in your thoughts and flow into your actions. Let it inform each decision and steady your emotions. Let love be the lens through which you interpret setbacks, turning them into opportunities for deeper connection. My words stand. The story is unfinished, and the next pages hold purpose, provision, and ongoing companionship. Keep moving forward with open eyes and willing hands. I am with you, now, tomorrow, and always. Step forward with expectation, trusting that the same presence speaking now will accompany you through every twist and intersection ahead. I am teaching you to stand firm. Months of limited resources were not pointless. They trained your mind to notice what matters and to let go of what distracts. While you waited, I guided you quietly, helping you prepare for days when supplies will be plentiful. My aim is more than giving you things. I want you to think clearly and act with care. Through lean mornings and cautious evenings, you learn to sift the necessary from the merely shiny, to practice gratitude over complaint, and to keep your heart light while your hands were busy. Now you are being readied to welcome new opportunities with calm judgment. You will not have to rush, bargain, or twist the truth to accept what I provide. The lessons behind you have already cleared the path ahead. Confidence will replace hurry, and quiet assurance will silence the old fear that you might miss your chance. The opportunity meant for you will wait until you reach it at a walking pace. Your role remains straightforward. Keep moving forward even when your steps feel heavy. Keep trusting when the skyline looks hazy. Keep speaking well of me when surrounding voices are harsh. Obedience here is not blind. It is a thoughtful yes each day. When your steps falter, pause, breathe, and begin again. When the horizon blurs, remember past moments of clarity and let them guide the present minute. When critics grow loud, Let your own mouth recall times of kindness and highlight them aloud. Your commitment in everyday matters is seen. I notice small choices that reveal honest intent. What I share with you will touch emotion, thought, friendship, and daily needs. I also understand private cuts and silent requests. Small gestures, a returned call, a shared meal, a sincere apology, count more than grand announcements. I observe the posture of your heart behind each simple act, like how you choose patience when irritation feels easier, or keep promises that seem unseen by anyone else. I am paying attention to those areas as well. My care is not only outward. I am strengthening your inner core, widening your outlook, and settling your thoughts. Think of me examining the support beams of a house, ensuring they can carry new weight. I broaden your field of vision so you can spot help on the edges and notice emerging possibilities before others do. I settle restless thoughts so they do not spill into hurried decisions. Goodness will walk beside you. Barriers will turn into doorways. Strained connections will mend. Chances you thought gone will return in unfamiliar shapes. Shifts that once felt rare will soon seem routine. Life with me often looks like that, where former limits become evidence of steady help. You may not mark the exact moment these shifts occur. They will arrive like dawn, gradual yet certain. One day you will look back and realize your daily routine has become larger than dreams you once thought daring. Remember this: I will not walk away. Others may leave and trusted systems may fail, yet I remain present and reliable. Stability is not a vague promise. It is my deliberate commitment to stay when circumstances wobble. Even if trusted allies step aside, my support remains under you like a firm floor that does not creak. Let that steadiness settle your breathing and shape your choices. I invest in you because my commitment has no limit. Let anxious thoughts loosen their grip. Times of shortage do not last forever. Waiting has purpose, and the moment of arrival is closer than you think. Rest is not a luxury you must earn later. It is a gift available now. Breathe slowly, feel the ground beneath your feet, and recognize that the story is still unfolding, yet its ending is safe. Resources held back until now are already on the move. What reaches you will surprise you, yet the greater surprise will be the realization that I have stood beside you every day. Soon my involvement will be obvious to anyone watching. Lack will no longer define you. The tensions at home, the gaps between you and close ones, are not failures. Treat the strain at home as material for building understanding, not as evidence of failure. The same room that echoes with disagreement today can become a space for honest laughter tomorrow. They serve as openings to practice care and close distance with patience. Ask for insight, and I will supply it without delay. Arguments are unnecessary. Insight arrives quietly like a lamp set on a table, simple, bright, within reach. When you invite that light, confusion loses its hold. Your role is to pause, ask, and notice. When agitation buzzes like static, lower the volume of activity and turn your attention toward what lasts beyond the moment. That quiet shift in focus unlocks fresh clarity. Prevailing through kindness matters more than winning disputes. Where voices once clashed, I will bring shared understanding. Where surroundings felt loud, I will draw out calm. Trust my work in their hearts as I work in yours. Walk ahead knowing I guide and sustain you, a steady companion and friend. Confidence grows every time you choose grace over noise, like water smoothing a rough stone through steady flow. Small, consistent kindness will outlast the loudest shout. My presence lights the road in front of you, and the support I send will carry you toward a future shaped by steadiness and quiet hope. I see the weight you hold in complex relationships, I notice the sting when words misfire, when pure motives are misread, when a desire to connect ends in friction. I watch you cross choppy waters of different tempers, opposing views and unspoken pain. I know the urge to fix what feels broken and the sadness when your efforts seem lost. Your effort matters, yet you are not asked to carry every burden alone. I shoulder the weight with you step by step. Listen closely. I stay with you in this hard but valuable work. Nothing slips past my attention, and no heart lies outside my reach. The differences between you and the people around you are not penalties. I placed you together so growth could take shape through shared life. Shared life is my workshop for teaching patience, humor, and endurance. Through daily interaction, you discover parts of yourself that books cannot reveal, and you uncover quiet strengths in others that argument would miss. Every viewpoint, habit, and scar contributes to a wider picture of growth and restoration. Yes, sparks fly at times. Words meant to heal may injure. Pride can hide care, and misunderstanding can feel like a canyon. During heated moments, pause and remind yourself that sparks do not mean the structure is doomed. They simply show that hearts are alive and learning. With time, raw edges can join without friction. When you meet what seems like a wall, I see a doorway ready for use. Where you sense distance, I am tracing paths toward deeper connection. I soften rigid hearts, train patient listening, and guide thoughtful speech. I pour care into places once held by judgment. Relying only on your own strength may win short battles. Lasting change comes through steady love. The love I show you does not push or quit. It stays, listens, and forgives when pride urges retreat. This is the love I am teaching you step by step. When you pray, start by asking me to reshape your own heart. Let that request be constant, like breath, shaping every reaction before it leaves your lips. Ask for eyes that see as I do, for a spirit that carries calm, for words that hold truth and kindness together. The insight I offer is unlike what the world trades. It does not stir confusion or widen rifts. It is gentle, ready to show mercy, able to clear fog and warm cold silence. It is yours whenever you ask. I know the fatigue that grows from repeated loops, the same disputes, the same aches, the same walls that feel too tall. Remember, steady vision grows from repeated asking. You wonder, why can't we understand each other? Why is this so hard? The way forward is not in pushing harder, but in trusting more deeply. Hand me the talks, the tension, the hidden worry that hangs in your living space. When control is released, I give discernment. I show when to speak boldly and when to keep silent. I prepare hearts by easing defenses and awakening sensitivity. Silence, too, is a tool. It can open room for listening that words would crowd out. Remember that waiting can speak just as loudly as action, declaring that you trust a larger timing at work. You do not need to win every debate. You only need to love with a heart aligned to mine. I have asked you to share this care freely. Watch calm wrap those who feel broken. Watch how sincerity spreads. One calm tone can soften an entire conversation. One gentle nod can assure someone they are heard. Such gentle signals often enter rooms long before anyone notices, preparing minds for bigger turns toward harmony. My purpose is not for you to prove yourself, but to reflect my presence. The love I provide is sturdy, patient, and persistent in seeking what is good. It does not quit when people miss the mark or when hopes fall flat. It keeps choosing connection over correction, unity over triumph. Connection does not mean uniformity. It welcomes variety and steers it toward mutual respect. It bravely steps into conversations others avoid, ensuring that dignity remains intact on all sides. This type of love changes everything. I call you to carry peace, not the kind that hides pain, but the kind that steps into storms with steady courage. A peacemaker does not demand agreement. A peacemaker offers understanding. They listen to heal, speak to restore, and realize that calm can live even while tension is present. Peace of this kind is active, alert, and brave, facing hard conversations with an open mind. Respect grows when you let me guide your words, actions, and motives. I move through the spaces where you live. I enter rooms where talk has grown stale, where silence replaced laughter, where old hurts left shadows. I warm hearts that cooled. I restore courage to listen without fear, to speak without blame, to risk honesty without shame. You are my vessel in this work. In these rooms, humble listening often speaks louder than eloquent speeches. Even a sincere smile can break tension like sunlight through a thin cloud. Your willingness to trust and learn is enough. When language fails, come to me. When the trail forward blurs, wait for my direction. I do not abandon wanderers in confusion. I bring order to chaos, light to dark, and quiet insight to those who feel small. I choose the humble to spark change. I place words in the mouths of those who feel unprepared. I gift understanding to those who admit they lack it. My guidance can turn a single sentence into a bridge where paragraphs once failed. Leaning on me is all I require to start fresh. Differences are not curses. They are chances for care to shine. When you care amid disagreement, you honor me. When you forgive amid conflict, you show mercy. When you aim to understand before being understood, you mirror my character. I stay with you in every challenge, every tear, every movement toward repair. And I give this assurance. With my wisdom, hearts soften. With my guidance, strained ties can mend. Softening may take time, like ice melting under spring sun, but it happens. Stay patient and notice subtle shifts in tone, body language, and willingness to try again. Those subtle changes point to deeper movement. Celebrate each minor thaw, for it signals approaching warmth. Hope often enters on tiptoe before it raises its voice. Notice how trust grows one shared story at a time, weaving new bonds of safety. With steady love flowing through you, discord can become a story of renewal. Ask, and I will provide. Seek, and you will find. My wisdom is available the moment you call. Keep your request honest and direct. I never delay without reason, and I never refuse what serves genuine good. Trust me, and let love lead. Where my love rests, unity follows. Where unity grows, quiet strength rises. You are not slipping. You are being strengthened in moments that stretch you. I am weaving resilience into your inner life. You are not weak. You carry a courage that refuses to crack. Do not let fear win. Stand tall because your trust is being refined. I see the weight of these days, the hidden strain beneath your steady face. Strength feels ordinary until tested, then it surprises you. Hear this truth. You are not ruined. You are a work in progress. What you call fragile, I call fertile ground where my power grows. Pressure is not here to break you, but to shape you. Do not blame yourself for feeling tired or considering surrender. Pressure can reveal diamonds of character that easy days leave hidden. Remember that growth often looks like discomfort paired with perseverance. I do not judge you for human emotions. I hold you in them. I understand the depth of your struggle and remain active even when life feels still or frantic. Every silent tear marks your resilience and answers the quiet pull I placed inside you. Let each tear remind you that you are alive, responsive, and open to change. Every time you thought you could not continue, I lifted you, even if you did not sense it. This stretch of difficulty is not your end. It is your refinement. Challenges are openings to reveal and strengthen your core. I am peeling away fear that once guided choices, dismantling doubts that clouded vision. Soon you will look back and see how courage quietly grew while fear shrank to its true size. I am showing you strength that does not start with willpower but flows from my steady presence within you. You are not collapsing. You have met battles both loud and quiet. Outside pressure threatens peace and inner whispers question worth. Yet these conflicts do not define you. Light does not struggle to shine, it simply shines. Hold that truth in stressful moments. Brightness is natural to you because I placed it there. My love inside you anchors you. It steadies you when words fail, quiets accusations, and becomes part of your legacy. Your steady acts of trust are powerful. When you say, "I trust you though I do not understand," you plant hope that will later help others. True trust grows in challenge, when every part of you wants to stop, yet you choose to continue. You have done this again and again, and it matters. Voices of opposition claim the storm is final. Opposing voices lose power when confronted with quiet certainty. They are wrong. I have already drafted the next chapters, filled with renewal and progress. No tear is wasted, no pain lacks purpose. I turn sorrow into testimony. When your strength wanes, I carry you. When you cannot walk, I hold you until you are steady again. I raise new courage in you, built on my spirit, not on changing conditions. I teach you to draw peace that defies logic, joy without obvious cause, courage born of steady trust. You do not need every detail to trust me. My consistency across time is the surest evidence you need. The confusion you feel now will shift to clarity. Your place is to remain close. Hold the promises. Fill your mind with reminders of my words. Give time to quiet prayer and honest praise, even if your voice shakes. Each moment you reach for me fuels lasting faith. Over time, these practices develop muscle memory for the soul, allowing courage to surface quickly when new challenges appear. Habitual trust sets the stage for sudden breakthroughs that seem overnight to those who did not witness the daily choices. This trial has a beginning, a middle, and an end. When it passes, and it will, you will look back amazed at the progress. Wisdom, awareness, and sensitivity to my guidance will rise from this time. You will not leave unchanged. You will leave stronger, brighter, and more aligned with purpose. Expect to recognize qualities in yourself that seemed impossible only months earlier. Voices of failure, isolation, and defeat hold no power over you. I am quieting them, uprooting false images planted by despair. You are not alone in this storm. Nothing can overcome you while I am your strength. What you face now will become a guide for others. Your battles will light the way for those stuck in darkness. Your present storm will serve as a reference point for future calm, both for you and for those who watch. Your story will comfort many and show the impact of trust. I never start and abandon. I begin and complete. The strength forming in you is not temporary. The crisis will fade, but resilience, insight, and love will last. These are the footings for the season ahead, a season of restoration, joy, and meaning. Stay close to me and no force can undo you. Let that promise settle deep, anchoring you against future waves. Trust me even in the unknown. Pain is not the final line. It is the doorway to something good. I make all things new and you will witness it. Hold firm, your victory is already written. If these words wake your spirit, let your confidence show. I speak now of a force stronger than circumstance, love without limit. It is not mere feeling. It is resolve able to break chains of despair and reach places logic cannot. Its reach extends farther than any map you know. This love does not fade under rejection or cool under neglect. It stands when trust is broken, stays patient under provocation, and persists in silence. It rebuilds strained connections, calms troubled minds, and frees those locked in resentment. Love is a deliberate choice, a bold answer to the pull toward bitterness. It flows from me and does not depend on the response it receives. It mends what skill alone cannot and offers new starts where doors once closed. It never gives up, not ever. You are engaged in a struggle that reaches beyond visible life. The true opponents are division, blame, and despair. I do not hand you tools of destruction. I give you love, the only force that disarms the heart and plants reconciliation in barren ground. Every act of love, however small, sends ripples through places you cannot see. Even if others dismiss it, your care is never wasted. Each kind gesture, each forgiving word, each patient moment is a spark of hope placed in faith. Trust that these sparks will one day light an entire horizon with hope. Amen.
We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.